What's going on, everybody? It's about that time for the final recap of the NFL 2013-2014 season. It all culminated to Super Bowl 48, which I wanted to be very professional and have specific notes about the vicious ass whipping that took place last night. That I apologize on behalf of GmiasWorld that any diehard football fan had to see, except, with exception to the Seattle Seahawks, who are the greatest fans, I believe, in the NFL and the true 12th man on the field. All right, first of all, the initial play with the snap, the fastest score in NFL history with the 12 seconds with the safety. It doesn't really matter what happens at that point. The problem that I have overall with the way that people critique the Mannings in general is that when they win, they get a lot of credit. But when anything goes wrong, it's a lot of excuses. Listen, man, in life, you're going to have your ups and downs. And if you do good things, you deserve credit. If you do bad things, you deserve, what comes with that. You deserve the critique, the criticism. Pretty much, I picked the Seahawks to win, not for any other reason other than Seattle Seahawks defense. And I know a lot of people have gone away from the whole cliche of, defense wins championships. It's not a cliche. I'm not saying they're the greatest defense in NFL history because I wasn't old enough to watch, Mike Ditka and those Bears and the 4-6D dominate, even with Lawrence Taylor when he won those Super Bowls with, Bill Parcells as a coach in New York. But I could tell you this much. That's a defense to be reckoned with. I have never seen such dominance. Besides that NFC Championship game, was it a championship where the Giants played the Vikings with Chris Carter and Randy Moss and they beat them, I believe, 41-0? This was even more crushing based on the statistics of the season, all these touchdowns he's throwing, everything that's going on, everybody hopping on the bandwagon of Peyton Manning, not realizing that the quarterback is only as good as the offensive line. Let's be realistic. And yesterday, the offensive line took a shit on the Manning's on the Manning's back and their fucking plaques. Because these guys were they were everywhere. It was like somebody poured honey on somebody's anal cavity and it was a bee swarm. It was really, they were on Peyton Manning's ass. At one point in the game, I thought that, Peyton Manning switched places with Eli for some reason. I thought that he ripped his own head off and just attached a forehead that was huge, and he became Eli because it just didn't seem as if he was that great quarterback that he looked like. And it just seemed like it would be his time this season. And like I said, did I pick against him? Absolutely, yes, I did. Because I believed more in the Seahawks defense and Pete Carroll than I did in Peyton. Because we got to be honest, I can say Pete Carroll's name in the conversation because I know that he as a head coach contributes to the way his players play. I can't say John Fox because he doesn't have the same stamp that he did in Carolina. John Fox is the defensive guy. So I can't give him credit for, obviously I can't give him credit for defense in this game and I can't give him credit for offense. So I just can't mention his name. Pete Carroll, if you watch any of the post-conference interviews or even that secretive poll they did within the NFL about who would rather have them as a coach and who they would rather have as a coach, and Pete Carroll was number one, it's a reason. And it all goes back to you have to make people be who they are in every instance, whether it's good or bad. Because if you allow a person to be who they are and they love what they're doing, you get the most out of that person. If you want everybody to be trained as a robot, you're going to get robotic things like, robots malfunction. They're going to go out there like Peyton Manning. I'm not saying that he didn't prepare as well as he always does. I'm just saying that he was outmatched. It wasn't even fair. So like I said, just put it like this. It's like Ronnie, what's that dude's name? Ronnie Coleman, the bodybuilder, banging a fucking 3-foot midget that's of age. Bro, yeah, does he have a tiny penis because he's taking massive steroids? Absolutely, but it's like that type of graphic. They were that much bigger than Peyton Manning and the whole Denver Broncos thing, and Broncos team, and they got manhandled. Like, you can be beat. Like, I understand. Like, look, if you go out there and it's a game, I think that it affects Peyton Manning differently if it's a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you lose by a field goal. Yeah, it hurts, but you were there. You put up 8 points after having the number 1 offense in the National Football League. How the fuck could this guy sleep that night? I would have been up all night like, listen, I'm going right back to the books, and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck. I don't care what my doctor says, because I don't know if you guys are watching and me saying, if my doctor says, this and that, I'm not coming back. Listen, I can't go out like that. I got to play another season. I really hope that everything goes well with him, because like I said, I wish no injury on anyone, even my enemies. But I'm going to tell you this right now. If he doesn't come back and he leaves with this loss, it dramatically affects the way that he's going to be placed in National Football League history. That's just my personal opinion. Getting back to the game now. It really wasn't a fucking game. This shit was pure brutalized rape from a man that's doing life in prison, and a guy coming in not knowing what he's getting himself into, sucking on a Jolly Rancher lollipop, and not realizing he's turning on that inmate. And we know what happens after that. I don't need to be graphic in it. He gets fucked in the ass. All right, look, so it was pretty bad. It was humiliating. It was disgusting to watch. Did I sit through it all? Absolutely, because I love defense. When I played football, I played defense. Like, I love to stifle an offense. I loved it. It was very, very that was the definition of domination. Like, Webster's Dictionary and everything else, they better just fucking put a picture of the whole Seattle Seahawks defense, Legion of Boom, like right there in domination, because that's pretty much what it was. And like I said, I don't want to take away from the Seattle Seahawks defense by saying that the Broncos couldn't get to do what they wanted to do and the noise. Listen, they outplayed the fucking Broncos, point blank, period. I feel very, very bad for any Denver Broncos fan. Point blank, period. I can't take nothing away from Seattle. They ass raped them, like, and pretty much when you come out, it's pretty much like they came out with their asshole showing, and it was just a gang of dudes that wasn't having it. You know what I'm saying? And it was really, really bad. And I just hope for Peyton Manning's sake that he's able to return, and he has a successful season. Because I don't believe the AFC is that strong. Even with Tom Brady, I just think that Tom Brady is getting way too many pedicures and manicures at this point. So I don't expect much from the Patriots and Bill Belichick. I believe that they always make it to the playoffs. I don't believe they're going to go much further than that. So I think it's highly likely that, the Broncos will return. As far as let me just get through the game. It was just... Yeah, I really just don't know what to. I can't really give you anything else about what really happened with the game, because it was so brutal. Like, if you haven't seen this game, you got to find a way to see it, because I can't really describe. Like, it's one thing to bend over by mistake and a dude gets you. It's a complete other it's a whole nother fucking situation to go out there. And your whole fucking... bro, like, you got a fucking lube kit in your back pocket. It was fucking ridiculous. It was unacceptable. Like, I was going to try to be, like, politically correct. I got to be honest with you, like, the way you guys always expect it from here at GmiasWorld, man. Them dudes had their fucking hair pulled back. You know what I'm saying? They got their hair pulled back, and the dude was from the back going hard as shit. That's pretty much what happened, to sum it up. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Congratulations to Malcolm Smith. That pick six was great, even though the fucking running back was looking at the ball like he was seeing a UFO and he didn't know what the fuck was going on when it was tipped. That guy should be cut. Let me get back to my notes real quick. Also, no Sean Marino should be cut. And I know guys are going to say, maybe he was really injured on that play and, probably his ankle. Fuck him and fuck his ankle. You got to tape that shit up and get your ass back out there. You're getting blown the fuck out. You're one of their star running backs. You don't go out with injury unless it's like major. You didn't have a concussion. You were fucking standing up and walking around on the sidelines, because every time they did a close-up, I looked over there. And like I said, it's similar to the whole thing with Jay Cutler in that championship game when he never came back in. Like, if you're hurt, be hurt. You know what I'm saying, bro? But don't fucking walk around like you have a chance to do something else, because now it's like, all right, your team's getting blown out and you don't want to be a part of it. So they have to look at you a certain way. That was fucking, that right there had me riled up. Like, I was about to go fucking do a workout, dog. Like, it was crazy. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? You don't show it like that. You don't end it in that manner in the last game of the season for you and your teammates. You go out there, because if you can give anything, you give it. And he had more in him. You could see it in his face. He looked at the score. The Seahawks had him rattled. They wanted no parts of them fucking birds. They wanted no parts of the fucking Seahawks. Nothing. They fucking took their heart out of their chest and let them see it beat before they fucking raped them. It was horrible. But definitely congratulations to Malcolm Smith winning the MVP. He contributed a lot, just as far as far as Chris Averill did. Even Richard Sherman, he got hurt once, came back in, made a great play against Demaryius Thomas when he was trying to go deep. I just think they completely outplayed the Denver Broncos, and the Denver Broncos as a staff. They don't have to be ashamed of the way they played, because I know that Peyton Manning prepared. I can't, like I said, if it was like a guy that we don't know, you can't take anything away from a guy's preparation. And I'm not saying that Peyton Manning didn't do everything he could do to win this game. I'm just saying that it wasn't fair. I think Jesus himself bet on this game. First of all, I'm in New York. It's currently a fucking blizzard going on. And yesterday, it was fucking 49 degrees. So, somebody wanted these fucking Seahawks to feel comfortable. Like, the weather wasn't an issue. It was nothing. The fuck is this, bro? I'm busy. Weather wasn't an issue. Nothing. And all of a sudden this morning I wake up and it's like fucking 5 to 6 inches of snow on the ground. So, at one point I just thought like, yo, the whole Seattle Seahawks must have went and just fucking had everything, like a whole fucking oil, what is that? Like those oil trucks filled with holy water just fucking doused the team. Like, these guys were fucking blessed. And I just think that it was just so many things going against the Broncos, regardless of how great Peyton Manning did what and all the shit that he did and how he does backflips in the fucking sky. They made him look human. They made him look fucking human. And not only that, they made him look like he had fucking defects. Like, it was bad. And I just hope that if everybody that got to see it, you guys, you know what I'm saying? You guys were able to experience what a fucking blued out fucking scene is. Because they got blued out. It was fucking horrible. And I could never say the Denver Broncos suck. But they were horrible last night. And they just got outmatched. You put them against probably any other team other than the 49ers. Because I think the 49ers would have did close to the same thing. But any other team other than those two teams in the NFC West, I think the Broncos win. But as we know, history doesn't always work out the way we want it to. That was pretty much the whole summation of the game. It was 43-8. What the fuck else do you want me to say? It's a goddamn Super Bowl. I'm going to talk briefly about the halftime performance. Bruno Mars was unfucking believable. And like I said, it's like, I don't give out credit easily, but I'm upfront and logical. I really fucking enjoyed that halftime performance by Bruno Mars. And the Red Hot Chili Peppers, what they did, but it was more about Bruno Mars. I love to see dudes get a chance and to succeed. Because that's what life is about. When everybody doubts you, it takes time, but you just gotta stay doing what you do. And if you're true to yourself, everything comes to pass. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. When the Bruno Mars fucking halftime show was over, I was pissed. I wanted more. He was unfucking believable. The whole old school way he did it with the guys behind him, all the shit, everything that he was wearing, everything that went with it. He was unbelievable. I really enjoyed it. Me and my family definitely enjoyed it. I would love to see him again in some capacity. I know it's not the norm, but he was unbelievable. Red Hot Chili Peppers, give it away, give it away, give it away now. Yo, bro, listen, like, to see all those guys still look good, like, you know, in shape and stuff like that, they didn't lose control of themselves. and still be able to go out there and perform was beautiful. I remember that song when it first came out, when it was a hit. Very, very happy to see them taking care of themselves as well. As we know, during the game, I got an email that Philip Seymour Hoffman died. And, like, you know, with all these things going on, when people just feel like they can't do it anymore and they got to, like, lose their life to drugs and shit like that. You know, it was apparent heroin overdose with Philip Seymour Hoffman. It's like, to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers come out and do that when we all know rock stars is no stranger to drugs. All these years later, for them to come out and do that, I was very happy for them, and I wish them nothing but success. I have to talk about Pam Oliver's weave, and I had about enough of this shit. I'm actually going to probably speak about this more in one of my videos on YouTube. If you guys haven't checked out my YouTube channel, GmiasWorld, I'm probably going to talk about this some more. But she needs an intervention at this point. They have to be paying her something. It is no reason for her to be walking out like one of the fucking Muppets from, you know, God rest his soul, Jim Henson. Like, listen, this is ridiculous. Her face looks weird. It's all fucking smushed in and then comes out. And then her weave is fucking crazy. Like, listen, she has to go to a stylist and they got to do something to fix the situation. Because you can't go from Erin Andrews looking like a sophisticated, tight-knit, great, you know, feel person, looking right, you know what I'm saying, to Pam Oliver. Like, they be like, let's go to Pam Oliver with the fucking, with somebody else down in the field. You're like, oh, shit. All the black Afro-American communities like, oh, shit, here we go. We know she having a bad weave day. Like, bro, at some point, somebody got to say something to her. It's like the American Idol all over again. The people that sent them there back in the past, they ain't love them. If you could hear somebody fucking sound like pigs getting slaughtered and say, yeah, you could sing, you don't love them. Whoever saw her leave the house don't love her. That's it. Somebody got to tell her, look, fix your shit. You should be making a decent amount of money now. You've been there for a while. Fix your shit. Pretty much that sums up everything that I wanted to say. And then, you know, Ms. Gmi did make a point about Colorado legalizing marijuana having a negative effect. And this was probably one of the effects. Fucking whole Denver Bronco team was probably fucking getting high as shit. I don't know what the fuck happened. But all I know is that fucking Malcolm Smith said he's going to Disney World. And that pretty much sums up the whole situation. It was a fun and enjoyable season. I hope you guys enjoyed every fucking every recap that I gave. I gave everything from my heart, man. I don't try to appease just one side. I give you what I feel. If you like it, you know, that's great. If you don't, well, listen, man. That's just it. That's just it. You could fucking say a comment on my YouTube channel because I release this also on YouTube or whatever you got to do. But it is what it is, man. That's all. I'm going to always give you what I believe it is regardless of what happens. And congratulations to all the teams in the NFL for being able to go out there and just be a part of something that's so special. Very, very few people get to make it there. It was unbelievable. And I do want to say congratulations to Percy Harvin because if anybody else other than Malcolm Smith was to get the MVP, I believe Percy Harvin should have got it for that run back for a touchdown and all his electric plays in the offense. He was unbelievable coming back. And it just made Pete Carroll look like more of a genius. I hope to see you guys next year come, you know, the 2014-2015 season. And I hope you guys want me back. If you don't want me back, I'll be there anyway. So in closing, it's always one love.